Shooby dooby doo bop, yeah, Battlefielders, how you doing? Oh, I'm doing alright today. Got me a little 2-liter Mountain Dew on the side. I'm just ready to relax, and I wanted to showcase my insane sniper skills on PlayStation 4. A lot of people have been asking me, Pwn, start to snipe on console. Let me know how it is. Make a console, make a PS4 montage. How come in the Kia montage you put up yesterday there were no PS4 clips? And it's because I'm not good at it. That's what the reason is. I'm not saying it's bad. No, understand this. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I'm not good at it. And I want to talk a little bit about a couple of the handicaps that I feel are addressing with the PlayStation 4 and next-gen console sniping. Some of which of these problems may not apply to the Xbox. I've never had that one. I don't know what it's like. So, but I do have some major gripes about the PlayStation 4 controller and the ease of sniping on Battlefield 4. So the first thing we need to cover is the fact that reconning is a little bit more important of a role now in Battlefield 4. And above all, sniping has become a little bit easier. The reason for being is the movement's a little bit easier, the aiming down sight's a little bit smoother, especially on console. And of course there have been some hit detection issues, some netcode issues, and all that good stuff, but those are things that they're working on and taking care of. But the big problem with me, with next-gen sniping, is that I come from PC, and I'm not trying to say, you know, I come from another world where our shit works and yours sucks penis. I'm not saying that yours sucks. I'm just saying that, and nobody can argue it, that using a mouse, it just gives you this unique precision that you cannot acquire with console controllers. It just can't happen. I know it sounds weird, but I'm not dishing it. I'm not saying you can't snipe on console. I'm just saying it's harder. So, I mean, in that case, if somebody just demolishes on console and do what PC players do, that just means that person is more skilled. So I'm not saying anything like that. I'm just saying it's harder to do. So long-range sniping is kind of a pain in the ass for one reason with the PlayStation 4. The thumbsticks. I'm holding it in my hand right now. Hang on, let me put that down. Alright, now I have the controller. So, this thing is okay. I like the way that the controller conforms to the hands. I like the controller a lot. I do not like the material it's made from, and I know this sounds weird, but I find my hands, I've never ever had this being a problem before, but my hands sweat a lot on this controller. I do not know what it is. It's not nervousness, it's not being uncomfortable, it's not anxiety, I have no clue what it is, but having to readjust your hands so much is kind of a pain in the ass. It's the one thing I do not like about the PlayStation controller. At least that's my experience with it. I find that my hands sweat, and so I gotta situate myself every once in a while. But above all, it's the thumbsticks. The thumbsticks are now much smaller, and they have this rim around them. This really, really uncomfortable rim, and I don't like that. There's a difference between concave, like where, you know, the Xbox controllers were, and your fingers would just sit inside the little bowl. But these are smaller now, and I don't know if they did that to adapt to smaller children hands or girl gamers or whatever it was. But I think the idea of making smaller thumbsticks with ridges like this was the stupidest idea ever. For one, it's harder to aim. It complicates things. As an assault rifle guy, you're not going to notice too much, but as you're trying to be more precise over range, it kind of is a pain in the ass. And above all, with them being smaller and having that ridge, trying to hold and steady your breath, I end up sidestepping, and you know just the slightest movement while you're shooting is going to completely deviate your shot. So, sniping on console is much easier. You have the lack of suppression now. You have consistent weapons. You have weapons that do different things, have better accuracy, less drop. Sniping itself and recon itself has been reworked to be one of the more essential classes in Battlefield 4. I love it. What I don't love is the controller. So the sniping itself is working good. I found myself doing okay, and with a little bit of practice, a little bit of time, I can adjust around it. After about 2 hours of sniping, I found myself being a little bit more consistent. I found myself learning to manage it, and I also found myself completely ignoring the fact that, you know, trying to hold my breath. I would just shoot and shoot. And that's what I had to do with aggressive. You know, back in the day, I would legitimately do it all in one motion. I would ADS and hold breath at the same time, and that would be all one motion. Now I have to do them separate, and the only time I can actually do that without fucking my shot up is if it's a long-range shot and I have my time to line it up. So, to be completely honest, sniping I think is much better on console now. I'm just not preferring the controller, and I'm pretty sure that if you were able to get a different controller or something like that, or the sticks were a little bit bigger and they got rid of these ridges, that it would be really, really good. So it's a complaint with the controller, not the game, because I think it's great. I found myself doing a little bit better as I got more used to it. So there's a very, very good chance in the future I could start to try to make a PlayStation 4 montage or something like that for you guys. If that's something you would want to see, you can let me know. I could practice at it and crack at it after I hit shit bucket on PC, which is not that far away. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. You guys have been asking to see what sniping's like and how it's changed, and I think it is 10 times better than it was in BF3. Again, that applies to next gen, but again, with these controllers, it just complicates things. I just may be spoiled with the mouse, but it's just a little bit harder for me. And I think with enough practice, or people that have been doing this for a long time, I expect there to be some really, really good breakout stars in the YouTube montage scene. They're going to come from PlayStation 4 and are going to be capable of putting up 8-man sniping clips and stuff like that. And that's exciting for me, to know that now it's not just, oh, we're a PC-only clan. That shit's gone. So I like that. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys can enjoy the fact that the controls are a lot easier, that Recon has a more important class. And that is one of my favorite things about this, because my favorite thing to do in Battlefield is actually snipe. My top 3 weapons in Battlefield 3 were the bolt-action rifles, the SV98 and all those guys. So to be honest, one of my favorite things added in here is the ease for sniping for next-gen console and PlayStation 4. So thank you guys. Have a great, wonderful day. Stay moist, ladies and gentlemen. That's in order, sir.